My name is Mahikant Mohteo, which in Cree means walking wolf. My English name is Willie Littlechild, and I'm a chief for treaties number 6, 7, and 8 in Canada. Well, climate change affects our daily lives if we think about what our elders used to say, that you must know where you came from yesterday and know where you are today if you're going to know where you're going tomorrow. So with climate change, we must know that we came from clean air and clean water, and that today it's not that way, and there's great concern about climate change and the environment, global warming, and we have to do something today if we're going to go back tomorrow to clean air and clean water.
The place where I live is the homeland of the Yupik Eskimos in Alaska. And each year we see the breakups of the winter ice coming earlier and the freeze-ups coming later in the fall time.
In Alaska, we have entire villages that are falling into the sea, and we have villages under which the permafrost is melting, so that we have rapid and unexpected erosion of the riverbanks. So it's a threat to nearly every community in our state. The ground underneath us is just washing away or melting.
Like when you see the glacier melting from the high Arctic, which is now melting so fast, going to the ocean, changing the ocean into freshwater type. So there's a lot of different migration of the route of animals. And you know, the climate change affect Inuit lifestyle and their culture.
Ban Ki-moon said in a recent conference that there is no future for the planet in which the well-being of indigenous people isn't integral. And so I feel those things are critical factors. The indigenous rights and climate justice are part of each other.
Jag heter Nils-Olof Parfa, född och uppvuxen i Jokkmokk. Är här som representant för Samerna. Svårt att vara positiv. Men för varje år så blir det ju mer problem. Det blir konstigare, det blir svårare att planera. Det går svårare att se en framtid när det är som det är. Men man får ju försöka.
Fortsätter det så här så har ju renskötseln jättedåliga förutsättningar för att överleva. Och det gäller ju andra urfolk också. Deras traditionella näringar hotas ju. Och i och med att vi säger hos oss rennäringen hotas, så hotas ju även Tuotsi, slöjden. Och indirekt kulturen. Även för de som inte lever av renskötsel.
And especially as we gather here at Storforsen to listen to the stories of the Sami people here and of the indigenous people from the Arctic region in Canada, and hear the similarities that they're talking about and the effects that are being made not just on the land but on individuals and their families and their livelihoods. So it's in the way that their whole life is being affected that I most see the extreme effects of climate change.
Indigenous peoples they've been called sort of the first refugees, the first victims of climate change. But in a way, they're also the guardians of that wisdom that the world needs so much right now to address climate change. So that would be my message, that to look at indigenous peoples not only as victims, but also as the ones who are on the front line of this battle.
I think that what we need is metanoia, which is a Greek word for repentance, and actually it means the change of mind. The whole mindset has to be changed, and it's not only that some people who feel like that we want to take this seriously do some action, but we have to be able to convince all the people, not only in Scandinavia, not only in the Arctic region, but in the whole world. And this is one of the top priorities for Christian churches and all religions actually in the world to do, because it is not too late yet, but soon it will be too late.
I would just really underline the message of our Pope, our leader, Pope Francis, in his call for a united effort to address this issue of climate change, not because we're tree huggers, not because it's for the good of the environment, but because the effects on the most vulnerable people of the earth is at the issue. And our call of the gospel is to go out and serve those who are most in need.
The Arctic is a kind of alarm bell for the rest of the planet. What's happening to us is just the beginning. The climate change will affect everyone on the entire planet eventually. So if we can arrest this destruction now and save the Arctic, it will be good for the entire planet.
The one message I would send to Paris is that everything is calling on us for respect. Respect of all things, of all beings, because everything has a spirit.